Hi, this is Mello, and this is a short guide on some of the essential add-ons you should have if you do any type of raiding or group activity in World of Warcraft whatsoever. We continue where we left off from the ElvUI series, and I will add more and more add-ons that I feel are both necessary, but also some that are just nice to have. If you haven't seen the ElvUI series for first-time users, there will be a link for that up to the right. Alright. In this video, I will go through what I believe is the most essential add-ons if you do in any kind of group activity in World of Warcraft, whether it's LFR, heroic dungeons or hardcore raiding. I believe add-ons are a great supplement to any game, and if used properly, it can definitely improve your game. The following are my suggestions of 3 types of add-ons that I believe can improve you as a World of Warcraft player. A boss mod, a damage meter, but first, GTFO. So we start off by opening the Curse client. If you haven't downloaded this yet, I really suggest you do. It's the easiest way to keep your add-ons up to date at all time. You find a link for that in the description. From here, we are downloading GTFO. This is an add-on that gives you a sound effect every time you're standing something you shouldn't, every time you failed at something, like stood at the wrong place, every time you're standing too close to someone that you shouldn't, and so on. Starting the game for the first time with this add-on installed, you are prompted with a window asking if you want to configure your settings. Inside settings, however, there's not much to do that isn't self-explanatory. You can test the sounds, however, so this is when taking high damage, when taking low damage, fail alert, and friendly fire sound. Now you might say that this is totally unnecessary, and this might be true for you, but if you have ever played any type of LFR, you can see that there is a lot of players that really should have this add-on installed. And if you are that good of a player that doesn't need this, then it at least won't hurt you installing it, since then you will never get a sound effect in that case. Moving on, the next type of add-on I recommend is a boss mod, and there is 2 dominating to choose from. Deadly boss mods, also known as DBM, and bigwigs. What these add-ons do is providing a lot of information when fighting a boss, such as keeping track of boss abilities, and provides different kinds of messages if there's something during the fight you should be aware of. Which one you should go for mostly depend on which one your guild uses, so everyone gets the same timers and so forth. All in all, it comes down to preferences. Generally speaking, bigwigs has a more informative approach by focus on telling you what is happening, and DBM do that as well, but tells you also what to do by adding a big move out text on the center of your screen. So DBM can be perceived as more flashy and intense than bigwigs, but under settings on both of the 2 add-ons, you have the option to change colors and fonts and increase or decrease the intensity of the messages. And also on both add-ons you have encounter specific options, so you can choose to disable certain warnings if you want that. However, DBM is in my opinion better looking than bigwigs, since it goes better together with ElvUI. Also, if you decide to go for bigwigs, you will have to download little wigs if you want it to work when doing dungeons. Both of the 2 add-ons have a lot of different additions to the add-ons, like voice packages, PvP additions and old content additions. The final type of add-on I recommend everyone has installed is a damage meter. With a damage meter you get to compare yourself in healing or damage in real time to others in your group or raid. This way you can see if you need to improve in damage or healing, if you take more damage than others from certain spell, or how many times you interrupted the boss compared to the others in the group, and so on. These are just some examples, but all in all you get an effective way to see if you're doing well in the raid or not. Here you have several to choose from, but I'm going to go through the 3 major ones. Recount, Skada and Details. The main difference between them is the amount of information you get from them and how customizable they are. Starting with Skada. This is the most simple one. It provides the most basic information in a simple way. You have the option to have multiple windows, it's easy to navigate through, and every piece of information is presented in bars, which is customizable of course. Next we have Recount. This is an add-on that has been around for a long time. It's similar to Skada, but with a couple of differences. You lack the option to track threat, and you can only have one window up. However, with Recount you can have graphs and pie charts to illustrate your damage, etc. For example, the graph can be useful to, in a practical way, see when in a fight you did the most damage or took the most damage, and so on. Alright, finally we have details. This is an add-on that I just want to say has all of the above. It is very comprehensive. It has all of the different kinds of information that the others have and more. You can with additions to the add-on get graphs and timelines etc. if you want that. You can also customize most of the add-on, and it also has a very intuitive setup wizard that starts the first time you start the game with the add-on installed. In conclusion, I believe these are the 3 types of add-ons that everyone should have installed that do any type of group activity in World of Warcraft. You will improve your game and you will be less of a nuisance for the other players in the group if you actually know when to move, know when you are standing in fire, or realize that you do awful damage compared to the others. This has been a video demonstrating some of the essential types of add-ons for World of Warcraft. I hope you liked it and it was helpful, and in that case, be sure to like and subscribe. Bye.